At the moment, we're just making the pounces for this Peter's ice cream sign. You can see that there. That's the top half of the Peter's. Just running through the machine now. I'll take you through the pouncing stage when we get up to it. Show you the back. Good morning everyone. So today we're off to do sort of a restoration. We've got a Peter's ice cream sign to paint in Ardlethan. Now this sign isn't actually existing anymore. We've just been told by a number of different locals that it used to be there. And you can see here, there's a panel there that's been painted out. It looks like there's been a few different signs there over the years, but from what we're led to believe, it was an original Peter's ice cream sign. So just after speaking to a couple of different locals, we've come up with a concept, and today we're going to go start getting it done. You can see from the last clip where we were getting the pounce ready. I'll show you quickly here how we've gone about researching that. So I'll just zoom in here. Here's a couple of different examples of Peter ice cream signs. Now you can see here that green outline. I've actually traced that lettering. That's what we're going off. And as far as colours, I've just done a bit of research over time, and we're going to try and match those as closely as possible. So zoom in on the layout here. So this is what our layout's going to look like. Yeah, so, and that was that pounce that we done previously. So this is all computer generated, this side of things, but once we get on site, yeah, our plan is to paint out that section of wall cream. We'll give it a couple of coats, and then we'll use that pounce to mark out the lettering. And then once that lettering's marked out, we'll just brush it in like we normally would for any of our restorations. So the weather's looking pretty ordinary outside today, but anyway, we're going to go over and give it a crack. It's a Friday, so it'll be a good way to finish off the week. Stay tuned. Righto, we are on site in Ardlethan. Not the best looking day, but we're going to do our best to make a start. So yeah, this is the site of the Peter's ice cream. So what we're going to do is prep that wall now, get out our maroon paint and start painting in the background. So stay tuned. As mentioned previously, there has been a few different versions of signs painted over this over the years, and the most obvious one is, you can see there, it says hair fashion. But also up a bit higher there's other words that we can't quite make out. So who knows, this is probably advertised a number of different things over the years, but we're going back to Peter's ice cream. What Ash is doing here is knocking off all the loose stuff. He's got a wire brush and a bit of sandpaper. As you see, there's a bit of flaky stuff there, so we've got to go get rid of all that. And then once it's all removed, our paint will seal it all back up again. We're just using low sheen acrylic water-based paint, but it lasts pretty well outdoors. So yeah, it shouldn't take him too long to fly over there, and we'll start getting some paint on. If you ever get the opportunity, drop into Ardlethan. This is the main street. We've got a great little museum here, some beautiful old buildings. Just over there is where we're working, but just around the corner behind that old pub, that's where we done the General Motors sign. But through there's the museum. So this is the colour that we've picked. It looks very pink in the tin, but acrylic always dries a lot darker. That's actually the colour card there. So hopefully if it dries somewhere around that, we'll be laughing. Ash has almost got that wall prepped, so we'll finish up here and get some paint on. All the loose stuff's now almost removed. Ash is just finishing up in the bottom corner. Get rid of what's left of the flaky stuff, then we'll dust it off and get into it. The colour's still looking very pink at this stage, but we'll just have to see how it dries. We might have to do a bit of doctoring and take it to the next stage. The paint card looks perfect, but we'll just see. Righto, that's the first coat done. It hasn't dried properly yet, so we're hoping it dries a little bit darker. It's still looking a little bit on the pink side, but we'll just have to wait and see how it dries. So we'll duck off and have some lunch and see how this weather holds up. If it allows, we'll come back and we'll put a second coat on. Getting that. Righto guys, we've managed to sneak in a second coat, so hopefully that rain or mist or whatever it is, sleet, stays away. Enough for it to dry, and we'll probably just call it a day, I think. It's just been a bit too cool and a bit too damp to get much more done, so anyway, stay tuned and watch us when we come back on site. It was a bit hard to make a video of the pounce because we had all hands on deck and we couldn't hold the camera as well, but if you look carefully there, you can see that the letters are now marked out. It's the A in cream. That's the pounce down there. Pouncing ball. So we're ready to get the paints out and start brushing it in. The fun bit. Righto, so I've sort of just quickly brushed it in with a smaller brush, and now I'm just going to step the size of the brush up a bit and come back in and fill all the gaps and fill the letters in. So it's coming together nice and quick, this one. Sorry that the ladder's in the way, but I'll get a better shot of it as soon as I've done the next coat. Stay tuned. That's the Peter's ice cream done and dusted. Come up pretty good. We end up putting a little silver border around the outside, which I think complements that creamy white colour. So that's 3 Peter's ice creams we've restored now. So if you want to check out the rest, check out our other videos. We're on to Gamay next, so stay tuned. We've got some pretty cool signs coming up, so talk soon.